Hey guys, a common problem I'm seeing poker players facing is knowing what to do but not being able to take action consistently. So I just had a coaching call yesterday and the guy I was coaching basically said, I know what I need to be doing, but I'm getting angry at myself and frustrated that I'm not able to act on what I know. Now, this is very interesting in the current world. We live in an information economy where the information's out there. We generally know what we should be executing on, but taking action is another step. So I like to call this the knowledge action gap. Know what you should be doing versus what you actually execute on day to day. So what's going on? What's the problem? Why can't you execute on what you know? It's always to do with mindset. It's always to do with the narrative you're telling yourself. It's the excuses you make. It's the reasons why now is not a good time. It's the reason why you procrastinate. It's you're getting distracted by social media and bad habits. It's all these little things around your framework of thinking that cause you not to be able to act on what you know is going to be most beneficial. So the framework I set up for the guys who I work with is always very much the same. It's like, what are the goals we're working towards? What's the outcomes that you're working towards? What's the plan? What's the action steps you need to take consistently to get you to those objectives? And what do you need to overcome in your own mindset, in your habits, and your routines in order to be able to consistently stay on track and execute? And it's always about breaking down, forming new habits, breaking down old belief systems, and forming new ways of thinking. So when you can't take action, let's just say you want to be studying 15 hours a week, for example, and you're only studying 5. You know you should be doing 15, but you're only doing 5. So how would you get around your kind of tendency to procrastinate and not execute on what you should be doing? First thing is obviously plan your time. So plan those 15 hours, block them in, and you need to unravel the narrative you're telling yourself of why you shouldn't be doing it, why you procrastinate. So every time we don't take action on something that we know we should, it's generally due to conditioning or old thoughts and behaviors, or thoughts lead to behaviors which lead to outcomes, and it's generally the way we're framing things. So often we'll say things like, too tired today, too stressed out, or not feeling it, or I haven't slept in. So we've got to realize that we're always in life holding ourselves back from where we want to go. If you can't get to an outcome, it's never circumstances. It's never that you can't do something. It's that you have told yourself for whatever reason you can't. So you've got to overcome your limiting belief system. So the way you do this is you take back control of what you can, and you forget about things that you can't control. So you control your thoughts, you control your habits, you control your behaviors, but you don't control outcomes. You don't control whether when you play poker, whether you make money or not. So what you've got to do when you've got basically a gap in, I should be doing this, but I'm not. So the common problem of the knowledge action gap, find ways to shorten that gap. So this gap could be massive. You might go, okay, I need to be getting up early, grinding, studying, going to the gym, eating well, and it's just overwhelming. I should be doing all these things. I want to change everything, but I can't. So what you do is you need to start making commitments with yourself and start really, really small, micro commitments. Follow through with that, build confidence. So when you're holding yourself back and your mindset's the problem from getting to where you want to be, you've got to build that relationship with yourself, which sounds a bit weird, but it's pretty much what happens. And like I said, you make micro commitments. So that might be, okay, I want to study 15 hours a week and I'm only doing 5. All right, next week, I'm going to set my goal 6 hours minimum. I'm going to follow through on that 6. You make it so easy for yourself, even though it feels like you're far away from your goal. You make a micro commitment. Then you follow through on those 6 hours. This 6 hours. All right, wonder if I could do 7 next week. Cool. And then you work towards building that one. You build it up incrementally. What people generally do is they wait for a high stress in their life, wait for the problem to get so big it causes pain, like a pain point. And then they go, let's change everything. Let's change my whole life. And you face too much resistance. If you're trying to make drastic changes, you best have a really, really drastic motivation or a very shift in your why to follow through. But most people can't make massive changes and stick to them. So you've got to make incremental changes, small, 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 and close that gap. So always imagine in life, your mindset's holding you back. You've got a place you want to be right now, and there's a gap between what you know and what you're able to act on, and you need to act on more and more and more and more until that gap becomes smaller. Now, there's always going to be a gap there. You're always going to know more than what you can execute on, but your job is to shorten that gap. And if that gap's huge, generally you're going to be frustrated, angry with yourself, feel like your life's not going where you need to be. If that gap's getting shorter and you're making progress towards shortening that gap, all of a sudden your life feels a lot better. So realize it's a framework game, and it's also like making micro commitments, follow through with them day after day, week after week, start making incremental improvements, and over time it's amazing how much incremental improvements can get you to a crazy high goal or crazy big achievement. So commit to the process, realize it's just a game of making micro commitments, following through, and overcoming those mindset leaks that are holding you back. So hope you guys get some value from this. Let me know in the comments below any mindset leaks you're currently having, or any areas that you're struggling to take action on that are specific to you, that you want to be doing more in, but you're not, and I can give you some personalized advice on that. So thanks for watching. There'll be more videos coming from me very soon.